Hello guys, good afternoon. I am Mamun. Today I will show you how to make some simple numerical calculation by using Python programming language. In this tutorial, I will make a simple program to execute these nine numerical functions like add, subtract, multiply, divide, mean or average, difference, diagonal, square root, like that. And to write the Python programming code you must need a editor, so I'm using PyCharm Community Edition. You may use there are other option is available. So to before beginning the programming, I first need to define the functions. There are nine commands as well as nine functions, so I need to define nine functions. So I am starting defining the function. So the command will start it from def, stands for define, and my first function is for add, and the value will be a comma b. Here I am using any two numbers, so I mention a comma b. You can write x, y, or number 1, number 2, whatever you wish, and then a colon, and then what will be the add function will execute. So I write return, it will return as a plus b. So I have defining the my first function. Look, this is my statement and this is the function name, and these are the two value, and this function will execute a plus b. That means they will adding some value. So I need to copy this to save my time, and now I replace it subtract. That means it will subtract the values. Next I will write multiply, and it will return as multiplication. Next I will return right as divide, and it will divide. So these are the first four function. Let me check. The next function is average or mean, so I write mean, it also a comma b, and it will return. This is the very beginning tutorial. I hope it's very easy tutorial, so I am using some easy techniques here. Always two numbers is not maybe come to calculate the mean. Sometimes there are huge numbers maybe appear, so you may need to change this code in later work if you make any advanced levels work. So next is difference, so right, difference, it's APS. So there is one thing I would like to mention, the difference between the subtract and my difference function. If the value a is lower than the value b, then the subtract command will show you negative value. But if I use an abs, that means absolute command, then the result will always be positive. So my next is diagonal. Okay, this is implies that square root of a square plus b square, and my next command is square root of a and b. So I write sqrt1, and that should be 0.5. So my first, the initial functions has been defined, so I need to define another run operation function, run operation, and that function should be consist of only a and b, since I have mentioned only a and b here in the earlier. So here we go. So print, I can write some numerical value. First one is summation equals 2 comma, I write add function a comma b. So look what I have done here. So first I need to define now the run function, and the print command will execute it. And first I would like to show my summation of the two numbers, so I write here summation, and then I call the add function. So I mentioned the add function here, and I input the number is here. Okay, now I need to copy this, copy paste, full copy paste. Next my statement is subtract, so I mention here subtract, and again copy paste. My third line I would like to show multiply, so multiply, and next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Since I have 9 command, use divide command here, divide, mean, so I mean, difference function is here, so I need to write here the difference function, diagonal, next I diagonal square root 1, and the square root 2. So I number it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can just change them a little bit. I have to write a square root of first value copy and paste. Okay, so I have also defined my run operation function. Now I need to write a main function and call the all previous function. Look, there is a looping here. The run operation function will call this function from here. So this is my initial definition of my program, and this is the mid level, and now I will write the final stage. So define main function, and I need to input two values, so I write a equal to float. Already you know float is for both integer and decimal value, so I write here input, and then I write enter the first value. So you will write or enter the first value, Now again I just copy it, paste. So I now write enter b for the second value, okay. And next I need to do call the run function. So I write run operation a comma b. That's good. Oops. And I need to write main close. Sorry, I have made a mistake here. Okay, so the skeleton or the structure of my program is now ready. So I need to execute it. So I go to the run command and I see run. So I run the function and it's run here. And at the first value I write 1.5, second value 2.5, and you will see the summation here, subtract, multiply, division, difference, diagonal, and everything is here. So this is the first initial stage of my program, but it needs some modification, because here you can see there I have write some function, advanced function or troubleshooting function. If I input any 0 in any value, look, I input the first value 1 but second value 0, the program will not execute because number is not divided by 0. Okay, so it is a problem. Another problem is, instead of a number, if I input a letter like A, and look, there is a problem. So I need to modify the program right now.